I want to tell you how to respond to whatever comes your way today. I guarantee you this is the number one best response. In Numbers chapter 16, we see Moses faced with weird and difficult problems, and he responds with prayer every time. Korah, his name means old baldy. He says, Moses, you shouldn't be the leader. In fact, why is it that you're the one who's always talking for God? I think that God could speak to any of us and we're just as good as you. And so he says this in front of 250 leaders, and these leaders all agree with Korah. Now, it sounds like Korah is trying to be a man of the people, but really he's trying to get power for himself. How does Moses respond? He prays. He probably prays, Lord, is this true? Am I doing the wrong thing? And God says, Moses, you're the man I've called to lead. Don't you worry about it. And he puts a test out in front of Korah and these leaders and says, listen, if you think that you're right, then let God respond with, fire on your behalf. But if we're right, then let God respond with fire on our behalf. And so these two other people, Dathan and Abram, they're involved in the conspiracy too. And Moses says, hey, I want to talk to you. And you know what they say? We won't talk to you. But they continue gossiping about him. This is just how it goes, in spiritual leadership. People are going to gossip about you. And there'll be people who, when they get other people involved and they agree with them, they think, well, I'm right because I got all these people that agree. In fact, most of Israel was in agreement with Korah. They were mad at Moses. So God says, hey, Moses and Aaron, I'd like you just to back up for a second because you're too close to Korah. I'm about to judge him. And the earth opens up and swallows Korah and these 250 leaders and their families. An amazing display of God saying, hey, I'm for my servant Moses. Well, the next day, the people of Israel were mad at Moses. They were like, you killed Korah and all these other people. Like, how absurd is that? Moses can't make the ground open up and swallow anybody, right? But they blamed him. How did Moses and Aaron respond? Prayer. God sent a plague, and this plague was killing people in mass. And the Bible says God allowed Moses and Aaron to stand between the living and the dead through prayer. The people who were dead of the plague and the people who were living but could get the plague, and they prayed for them. They didn't argue with them. They prayed that God would take the plague away, and he did. Amazing humility of these leaders. Moses could have easily had Korah and these people arrested. He had political power. He says, let God decide. And then when God is deciding, he prays for mercy on their behalf. That's what spiritual leaders do. They understand that, there's going to be people that are against you. People rebel against God. And it may seem like it's against you, and maybe it is, but it doesn't matter. Pray for people, love people, put up with people. We're all flesh. We all have the same tendencies. Whatever comes your way today, respond with prayer and prayers for mercy and grace for those people in your life that are giving you a hard time. God bless you guys. Have a great day.